jolly good.
Hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Clank the Zoker, and welcome to another. Wait for it. My thoughts on. Today, I will be talking about 2012 or 2012. And no, I'm not talking about the year itself, even though there's not really too much to complain about. No, I'm talking about the 2009 disaster action drama film, directed by Roland Emmerich. If you don't know who he is, he's the director of Independence Day, The Day After Tomorrow. He also did the sequel, Independence Day Resurgence, which, knowing how that film went, I never saw it when it came out. He did Midday, or was it Midway? Let me have a look. Midway, which I haven't seen. Stonewall, White House Down, Anonymous. Basically, The Patriot as well, Godzilla, Stargate. My God, he's done so many films, but most of them, it's just disaster films. So like when something like a storm or some weather happens to the Earth, or aliens or something. The guy is starting to become known for directing these sort of films. And with 2012, I've actually never seen the film, but I've heard about it. The film, from what I can gather, has got rather split results when it comes to its ratings. I don't know if it did well when it came out, because I didn't see it when it came out, because I would have been about 10, possibly. Yeah, 10 or something like that, yeah. But I've heard bits about it. I've heard people liked it, dislike it. It's quite interesting, really, and obviously people have made jokes about this film in terms of the current last year from before, obviously. I don't know anything about it. I didn't even know who was in it. So I'm not really going to talk too much about this film because there isn't a lot to say, and what I do have to say is, well, good and kind of bad. So the film's basically about this family, father played by John Cusack and the mother played by Amanda Peet. They have to escape from these earthquakes and these floods, and everyone else has to as well, especially the doctor, Adrian Helmsley, played by, we're trying to pronounce his name correctly, Chiwetel Ejiofor, from 12 Years a Slave and in Doctor Strange, along with Laura Wilson, who's played by Fandy Newton from Rogue One and Westworld, along with Oliver Platt, and even Woody Harrelson's in this as well. Oh, and Danny Glover. So they all have to try and escape from Earth by going into these advanced ships. And they have to try and get there in time before they flood and die. You can connect the dots. This is just a very run-of-the-mill, standard, generic disaster film. A man has a family. Some of his children, or one of them, doesn't like him. He's always late. The wife has a partner, and they consider him better than the actual dad. And then he tries to make up to them, but they don't listen to him. And then he has to be the one to save the day as well, and even he doesn't have to admit that he has to get along with the partner, and then something bad happens, and then they have to try and get on a plane, then a car, then another plane. bad things happen, and then we've seen this so many times that I'm bored of it. You got the government there in this like control station, and it's like we got 5 minutes until we hit impact or something. Like, this has been done to death over and over and over again. This is becoming a cliche and just a very standard run-of-the-mill disaster action film. There's nothing really that strong about the writing or the story. It's a very 100% standard disaster film. It's not even a good one as well. It's like, you know what's going to happen. Someone's going to die there near the edge, and then it's like, oh, I hate this cliche as well. The character thinks he's going to fall off the edge. He stops. He's happy for a minute, and then the certain thing that he's in moves slowly, and then whoosh, dead. It's a heavily cliched film. There are no real surprises here and there. And there's even a lot going on. There's the John Cusack's family, there's the president, and then you've got Chipotle Ejiofor's subplot with Fandy Newton as well. And even their chemistry doesn't really go anywhere. You can tell they're going to be a couple as well. And then you got the Chinese blokes as well, and even Woody Harrelson's character actually he's the crazy one. He's the character who's crazy, but what he's saying is true. There's nothing original, fun. I'll get to that in a minute. There's nothing memorable about the writing or the concept. It's something we've seen so many times, and it's like, it gets boring. And this film's like over 2 hours long, and it could have been shortened down to 1 hour and 30, because it's long, boring, kind of an eyesore a little bit, and just not memorable at all. Not really. The acting in the film is actually surprisingly good. I will say that one of the few things I did like about the film is that the acting it's actually not bad. John Cusack is very convincing, so is Chipotle Ejiofor. Same with Fandy Newton. They all do a really convincing job. Even Woody Harrelson, who's not even in the film for that long, he is insane and just kind of over the top. Although not as good as he's carried Talahan from Zombieland. I think that's the name of the character. Anyways, Oliver Platt is quite good. Although you think he's going to be the villain, but really there is no villain in the film at all. They do kind of act like dicks sometimes, but nothing screams villain, really. But even the kids actually don't do too bad, really. The acting genuinely is very good, and also from Danny Glover as well. The CGI, the visuals, it's kind of a mixed bag. I'll be very honest. On one hand, it does look rather stunning and beautiful. It is a nicely shot film. I put that in quotations marks because I don't know if it's that well shot in a way. But it looks nice. It's well choreographed. The cinematography is good. The effects at times can look convincing, but like about 80 to maybe 85% it looks bad. The green screen is horrible. When you see like these Indian people, that they see the water come and you see them in front of them, it's like, oh my god, it's so obvious. It's horrible. I don't care how big the budget was, but it's a horrible effect. The CGI sometimes can look very unconvincing, and it can look like a video game, which is something I'd rather play than watch this, I'll be very honest. The characters are just one-dimensional tropes. you got the partner who's better, you got the kid as well, the suffering mum, the heroic main character dad, the professor who's trying to do good, and you got the authority figure saying no, there's nothing we can do, and you got the president as well, and you got the love interest, and you've also got the crazy bloke. They're not memorable, they're not well written, they are exactly what they are, and I get this, they're supposed to be like that, but you know what's going to happen, and you know what's going to happen to them. It's simple as that, and they're just not well written or memorable. The soundtrack, or should I say the score, is epic. It's not too bad, I would probably say, but actually, who did the score for the film? That I don't know. I have to look this up. Just give me a minute. Was there ever a composer for this bloody film? Let's have a look. Oh, Harold Klossner and Thomas. There's a guy here called Thomas Wanker, but apparently his name is Thomas Wander, but it says Thomas Wanker. Why the hell is he called Thomas Wanker when it says Thomas Wander? Anyways, sorry. The music is good, but it's just nothing amazing. Just nice to listen to, I suppose. What else can I say about it? Compared to like Geostorm, which I think is a terrible film, this film is a hint improvement. Oh, it's not good, but I'd rather watch that over this. 2012 is just your very typical standard, very generic and highly forgettable weather disaster film. The CGI can be quite decent, but it can look very unconvincing, and the green screen is horrible. The acting is actually surprisingly effective. There actually are a few emotional scenes that do work. But I'll even admit Chiwetel Ejiofor's character can be the only likeable character in the film as well, and it can be quite fun and it's visually stunning, but unfortunately it's not enough to say that this is beyond or above good. A simple 4 out of 10 for me. I get why people don't like it, and it is rather controversial, and these political disaster films are really nothing special, and I can see why people can just enjoy it as what it is. But unfortunately, although it is better than freaking Geostorm, which I did not like, it's not saying much. This is just a very mediocre film, I suppose. So yeah, that was 2012 or 2012. What a film that was. Too long, too boring, not bad, but not good either. Yeah. So yeah, that was 2012, and this was actually requested by Gwendoll Forever, and also I'm going to try and pronounce this guy's username correctly. This person's username, Alchemist Fighting Gunups. I think both of them requested me to do 2012. And I'm happy to do requests, but unfortunately this is one of those films that I legit just didn't like that much. So next up, I'm going to do another requested one from Alchemist Fighting Gunups. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name incorrectly, that's the best way I can pronounce it. I'm going to do The Day After Tomorrow, also directed by Roland Emmerich. Someone's a fan of them. And then after that, I'm going to do a couple of animated stuff as well. Should be interesting, should be fun. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you like this new layout for the My Thoughts on series. I haven't tried it out before. I have tried it out for Cats and the Pudsey the Dog movie because they're pieces of shit. But someone said that my thoughts on series is lacking in terms of visuals, and you know what, they're right, but it is just a review show, so it's not supposed to be like, like that. But I thought I might as well give it a go anyways. So I hope you like it. I hope you like what's displayed on screen. If you want me to keep it going, just let me know. And yeah, as always, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. And until next time, bye for now.